Oh. Wow. Coolness. Uh, Woohoo! There it is. There it is. Nice size. Let's see. What do I got to compare it to here? Maybe a comic book. Okay. Anyway, so it's the full thing is about the size of the comic book, but the screen only goes from here to here. So it'd be a little bit smaller, but I don't think it would certainly wouldn't hamper your enjoyment of reading comics. Of course, it's not the only thing I want to do on it, but you know. Um, well, I guess I got to read the instructions. Ooh, I hate doing that, but you know, read the instructions, find out how to do this, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so here we go. Comics on the iPad. Okay. Right back to the original screen here. Let's see. My favorite program is Comic Zeal. Comic Zeal allows you to import comics in to the iPhone. Okay, now, um, so basically you take your CBR, your JPEG file, you know, folder, a JPEG, your CBZs, whatever, you run them through a program very quickly that allows you to reduce them in size and shift them over to the iPhone or the iPad. Now, what I was worried about was that the smaller CBI file would not be the quality wouldn't be good enough. Now, you can't see the screen, but it's kind of digitized. You know, like the letters are a little blocky and everything. So that really made me concerned. But just for instance, now these are some comic strips that I've done over the years, and then some comics that I've actually downloaded from the site. And you know, you can put your own scans in there or whatever. I'm not gonna. I don't know. There's the whole fair use thing. I'm not even going to get into, but nevertheless, you can do it. But here, let's go with Police Comics number 39. This I actually downloaded from their site, and this is basically the same quality as what I've actually done myself and run through the program. Reading the issue, very simple. Just well, I have a double cover there. Just a basic, swipe of the finger. It's compared to a comic book. A comic book would be almost the same size as the total screen. There's a good, I don't know, maybe not quite 3/4 inch border around the thing, and then inside the screen there's in this program there's one as well. Now there is an upgrade to this program specifically for the iPad that I may get. It's $7.99. This one for the iPhone was $3.99, and it works fine, and so I don't even know if I'm going to bother, but probably someday I'll upgrade. But at this point you're looking at a screen that's somewhere between the size of um, between a comic and, let's say, a digest size. I don't know if you've ever read digest size comics. They're readable. This is a little bit more readable. So, okay, you can make this bigger. You can zoom in. You can zoom out. The nice thing about the Comic Zeal program is once you zoom into a size, it retains that size from page to page. If you want to get a quick look at the page itself, you just do that and it goes back to that. Then another tap will take it back to whatever size you defined. So that's kind of a neat feature. If indeed this is too small for you, let's say your eyes are getting a bit aged, you can always go to the, switch it around the orientation to landscape, and then read up the page. I mean, it's not that big a deal. Um, I don't know. I kind of like it. I think it's a really good system for reading comic books. Um, Curiously, I'm not as big a fan of reading comic strips on this as I was on the iPhone. I think the iPhone is a perfect size for this. It'd be nice for Sundays probably, but there's no way to. I can make it bigger, but I can't make it smaller than the screen. So the scans that I've processed are kind of washed out. They're kind of blurry on this. It looks great on the iPhone, but little too small on this. I'll have to try some Sunday pages sometime and show you those. Now, there's other ways to read comics. You can buy your comics. You can buy your comics through a company called iVerse. iVerse takes care of digitizing them. Now on the iPhone, what it does is basically it gives you a panel at a time, and they've laid it out so that you can read them a panel at a time. On the iPhone or the iPad, you can actually get the full page, which is kind of nice. And then again, it's just a matter of the swipe is a little bit different here. If you're too violent with your swipe, or if you swipe like you do on the ComicZeal program, it'll go like another whole page. Again, smaller than a comic, bigger than a digest, certainly readable. Um, sorry. You basically you can go to the store and you can scroll through, and they've got a bunch of different comics that you can buy. You can they have free ones too. I mean, they have Marvel. The Marvels are $1.99. They don't have anything new. They're all older issues, so why anybody would want to even get those? A lot of the smaller companies, they're pretty much right up to date with the smaller companies' comics. So I could buy the other comic I had was Star Trek, and I could buy that the same time I could buy it in the shop. So I don't know. I just not sure what Marvel's thinking is that they can basically get us for $1.99 for some issues that I can pick up in the back issue bin for 50 cents or a quarter. I mean, three for $1. I think a couple of a friend of mine picked up a couple of Marvel comics for me yesterday. They're just a couple months old. They were three for $1. So go figure. I don't know. I just don't. I certainly don't agree with that. There's standalone comics as well. This is a company called UClick, and this is a comic called Godland. Now this one doesn't look as good. I don't know if there's way to. Maybe I should re-download this. Maybe they've reformatted it so that it works for the iPad as well. I do kind of like this type of presentation where you see one panel at a time, but a lot of see, like that one, we did a close-up, and then we took away the one word balloon and put the other one in, for the same panel, and then a third, which I don't know. I mean, it works for me. It's a nice way to present the comics in this format.